Welcome to Mastering Your Beliefs Live. Today's topic is about forgiveness and how forgiveness may be disempowering you. If you're wondering how that works, stay tuned. I am so excited about this topic because this is a topic that I feel so many people have challenges with. And I've been asked to talk about this topic quite a bit. So I'm really excited about sharing this today. Okay, so forgiveness, whether you are looking for forgiveness from someone else, whether you want to forgive someone else, but you're finding it difficult, or whether you refuse to forgive another person, this topic may be exactly the message that you've been waiting for. Are you ready to party like purple? All right, let's get this started. So forgiveness, what does that mean? When you are believing that you need to forgive someone for something that they chose to inflict upon you, whether it was verbally, physically, something that happened, an experience, and you are having a difficult time with forgiveness. What is this all about? Like when you're like, you must forgive, you must forgive. This was the topic, the thought process, the thing that I didn't understand how to do most of my life. Growing up with mental, verbal, physical, and sexual abuse by the age of 12, I just did not understand how I was supposed to forgive these people. And in this case, it was my parents who I was experiencing this from. And I didn't understand, like, I don't get this. I know we're supposed to honor our mother and father. I know I'm supposed to forgive and forget. I know I'm supposed to move on. I know I'm a bad person if I can't forgive someone. And so this thought process, this dialogue went over and over and over in my mind, like for years and years and years. And I felt like such a bad person, right? I continually judge myself. I am such a bad person and I'm going to be punished. I'm going to be punished. I don't know what else to tell you, but that was my thought process, that I am going to be punished because I am unable to forgive. So then the next thought that were going through my mind, that dialogue going through my mind was, how are you supposed to look at someone or think about someone who chose to do something to you, whether again, physically, verbally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, that you just feel like you can't get over, because it's like, how could they do this? How could they do this? Now, I want you to pay attention to this question that I've been asking. How could they do this? How can they do this? Do you see the vibration that I'm in when I'm asking that question? When I'm asking that question, it is in a low energy vibration. And remember, your vibrations are your feelings. Your thoughts become your feelings create a vibration. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. We look around and we think things are solid. We think our body is solid. We think the things around us are solid, but everything is energy. And because everything is energy, everything is moving, everything is shifting and finding its place. So you can vibrate on a higher level, you can vibrate on a lower level. And it's not even that it's high and low in distance form, but what I'm saying is the expansion of you. When you're vibrating at a low level, you feel closed off and you feel negative emotions. Negative emotions like grief, drama, strife, shame, guilt, remorse, anger, fear. Those are negative emotions. And when you're on that side of the scale with the negative emotions, and then you're thinking about, I need to forgive this person. I need to forgive this person. It's very difficult to see things from any perception other than what the person did to me, right? You're angry, you're upset, you're frustrated. You're like, I don't get this. My mother-in-law she just did not care for me at all. And coming from the home life that I did, and then being put in the situation of now dealing with this mother-in-law who really could not stand me. And I'm like, I don't understand this. And so, when you have people around you who are treating you unkindly, and you've been experiencing that most of your life, you really believe that there's something wrong with you, right? And my mother-in-law used to go to extensive lengths to make problems, to create drama. And then when I would call her on certain things, she would be like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Why can't you just forgive and forget and move on? And I used to think, what is wrong with me? Does this mean that if I can't forgive, that I'm supposed to just let someone walk all over me or treat me unkindly or be mean to me or um, whatever someone else chooses to do, and you're just supposed to turn the other cheek and go, okay, okay, I'm got to find it in my heart to forgive you. So if you've been raised with that belief of forgiveness, if that's what your understanding of forgiveness is, can you see where it keeps you in an energy of negativity? And remember, whatever level you're vibrating on is the way the universe is going to manifest experiences in your life. What do I mean by that? So the universe, universal law of attraction is what you put out into the universe comes back to you tenfold. So if you are emitting this negative vibration and you're putting that out into the universe is neutral. It's not like you're being punished. It's not like there's some deity in the sky saying, oh my gosh, you're a really bad person. You can't learn to forgive. So we're going to send you all kinds of grief and strife and struggle and make your life so miserable. No, that's not the way it works. It is your energy. Your energy is what you are attracting back to you. So whatever you're putting out into the universe, that's what the universe is going to send back to you. So it's like when you're in resistance and you're like, I am not going to forgive that person. I don't understand. And then you're judging yourself and you're thinking, I'm a horrible person. What is wrong with me? Why can't I let this go? I just don't understand. And you've got that angst and that drama and that judgment and that dialogue within your mind, and you're going back and forth and you're like, oh, I'm such a horrible person, but I really want to forgive, but I can't forgive. And you're going back and forth and back and forth. Can you see the negative energy that you're dwelling in? That negative energy that you're putting out into the universe. And then you're wondering, like, why do I attract these people who are mean to me like this person is? And why do I attract these unfortunate experiences into my life? I just don't get it. I'm a good person. Why can't my life be better? Oh, I guess it's because I have to learn to forgive. Someone along the line probably taught you that until you learn to forgive, you are going to struggle. Well, in essence, that is true, but not because you're being punished by a deity. It's because you are punishing yourself. So now let's think about this, the art of forgiveness. And I love thinking about it like the art of forgiveness because it truly is an art form. Let's think about this. What does that mean? Do you just feel yourself calming down? Do you just feel yourself like letting go and opening up and expanding when you think about forgiveness as an art form rather than something you have to do? Ooh, the energy is so different there. So let's take the example of my mother-in-law, who went out of her way to create struggle and drama and challenges for me. Now, you might say, like, okay, it's all her fault. She's doing X, Y, and Z. But if you think about it, where was my vibration? My vibration at that time believed based on everything that I had experienced up to the time I got married, that, I was that kind of person who experienced these kinds of things. So when you believe that that's who you are, you're going to attract people who are going to kind of prove that to you, right? So again, it's like, okay, this person is pushing back and this person is creating struggle. She's causing problems within my relationship with my husband. And it was just a time where I felt like I was in this vicious circle because I really thought, yay, I'm going to get married. I'm going to leave that home life that behind me from my childhood, and I'm going to step into this Cinderella like experience of being married and having wonderful in-laws and this whole new life. But what I didn't realize is that I was taking me with all my vibrations, me with all my beliefs about who I am and what I'm capable of and my value or my lack of value. So you can see why I was attracting this energy. Now, it took me years and years to understand through the inner work, through mastering my own beliefs, that it was not about forgiving another person. Because my mother-in-law, when she was around me, there were certain beliefs that she had within herself about who she is and what she's capable of. So when she comes into my proximity and she's in my energy space of my love and my light, that PS, I'm going to just tell you, like I didn't even know existed at that time, but she sees or feels this love and light about me, and it's so the opposite of the way she is living her life that she doesn't know what to do with it. So what do we do when we feel resistance from another person, right? We resist back and we push and we push, and now before you know it, it's this pushing and pushing. And so it's like one person putting something out there and another person like, oh no, I don't want that, no please. And then you just are having that back and forth energy towards each other. So it wasn't about me. It was about something in her that she was being given a mirror to see, and she was not yet ready to take a look at that. And it's the same way with every person in our life. So when someone does something, now remember, when I say that someone does something to you, they are merely doing what they do. They're not punishing you. They're not doing something because you deserve it. It's about them being them. Okay. So when you are in this mindset of, I have to figure out how to forgive this person. I have to figure out how to forgive this person. And you can't. Can you see how disempowering that dialogue is within your mind? The more you think about those thoughts, the more that dialogue in your head, that voice in your head is saying, you are such a bad person. You are going to be punished greatly if you can't figure out a way to forgive this person. This is the way that it should be. If you were really a good person, you would find a way to forgive and forget and move on. But here's the thing, and this is what I always said, like through the years, before I really understood about law of attraction and energy and how this all works, is I used to say, but if you stick your hand in a hole and there's a snake in there and it bites you, you know not to stick your hand in the hole again, but you still remember what it feels like to be bitten, right? We hold on to that. And see, that's exactly, I had no way of knowing that my younger self had the answer. I had it. I just wasn't able to take it any farther because I wasn't ready yet, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But I think, okay, I know not to stick my hand in this hole again. It does not feel good. I don't want this. So this is all about your feelings, right? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I want you to ask yourself that all the time, over and over and over throughout the day. How am I feeling? What am I thinking? How am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I thinking about how I'm feeling? And the more you do that, the more you will be self expanding, self-analyzing. Now, remember, there's nothing for you to figure out. You do not have to go, oh, why am I struggling? Why is this person being so mean to me? Why is this happening? You know, you do not need to know why. You do not need to know why. When you are on that vibrational level of asking yourself, why? Well, what is that energy? Think about it. How do you feel when you're asking why? When you're asking that question, why, out of desperation, what is your energy level? What are you feeling? So, forgiveness, when you're thinking about this, ask yourself, what am I thinking about this forgiveness of this other person? So, think about someone in your life that you are having a huge challenge forgiving, or that you refuse to forgive, and ask yourself, what am I feeling about this? What are my beliefs? Because if your belief, and remember, a belief is a thought you think over and over and over again until you finally say, oh, yep, that's fact, that's truth. I believe that absolutely 100%, right? And so what is your belief around that? Your belief is, well, that person is a horrible person, and every single time I try to be nice to him or her, again, it happens over and over. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. Now, keep going with the dialogue. Keep going. What happens next? Oh, but if I just write this person off and I don't want have anything else to do with this person, then this is going to happen. You must take the dialogue in your mind, the beliefs that you have, to different levels. Keep going. Keep asking yourself the question. Keep asking yourself, and then what? And then what? And then what? And the more you say, and then what? You'll start to understand what you believe about that particular scenario. You'll understand what it is that you believe about forgiving or not forgiving that person. Now, what is your definition of forgiveness? You see, whatever you believe forgiveness means, doesn't matter what the definition is, doesn't matter what other people say, it matters only what you think, what you believe, and what you feel about forgiveness. Where are you in this? You know, there are many people who ask me all the time, like, well, were you able to forgive your father? Have you forgiven your father? And you know, I find it interesting because people are always looking for, first of all, they want to know, well, Nancy, you talk about this and you talk about forgiveness and love and light and everything, but I want to know, were you able to do this? And here's my answer. First of all, I have nothing to prove. Wouldn't it be fabulous if everyone could get to that point where they could just honestly say to another person, I have nothing to prove to another person. I am happy within myself. I have done the inner work within myself. Forgiveness is about me not allowing myself to expand. When I am in that place of forgiveness, it's about me loving me. And when I love me, when I am able to look at any situation, any person, any experience, past or current, and say, I can give this love and light because I know I am love and light, because I know that I am one with my inner being and I have value. I have love of self. I love who I am. I love what I do, and I love what I stand for. Therefore, anyone else's opinion is only that. It's their opinion. So what does forgiveness mean to you? What is that space that you're holding on to? What is that vibration that you're holding on to? What is the level of angst for you? What are you telling yourself needs to happen? What do you believe it means for you? Because it doesn't matter about me. It only matters about you. Where are you on this understanding of forgiveness? Most people who were raised in certain religious dogmas have a very difficult time forgiving because they believe in that punishment scenario. They believe that if they've done something wrong, they're going to be punished for it. And they're looking for forgiveness, or somebody wronged them and they're trying to find a way to forgive them. And this religious dogma, this religious training that they've had is going over and over and helping fuel the beliefs in their mind. So the question is, what is your belief about forgiveness? Where are you on this? What do you feel inside you that is taking you more towards negativity and farther away from feeling positive? Because remember, there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. There's only what you believe and how you feel. If you want any more information on this topic, if you have some questions, visit me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. Get your questions answered. Isn't it time for you to love you and be the empowered you that you came here to be? In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.